Okay guys, I'm back. So from this point onward, whoever sends the challenge first, I will play against them. It'll be between 2 or 3 people depending on how long the games go, because I do have coaching to do at 6. So yeah, John is the first challenger of the Rhyperior deck. So we'll see how this one goes. We shall see how this one goes. We're up against a grass deck. I'm actually not sure if Rhyperior is weak to grass or water, so this could be really difficult. It could be really difficult, but I guess if I get a Rhyhorn, okay. Yeah, Rhyperior is weak to grass, so this might be incredibly difficult simply because of that. Yeah, it is grass indeed. I was just not 100% sure. Okay. Okay. And there's an N, so I'm okay with the N. There's a grass energy, so I'll lay an N. Now, this is a bit different because it does have, ooh, the Brooklet Hill top deck is awesome here. I'll set up a Remoraid because I really need Octillery, of course. Gladian, I still feel like I need Gladian in this and the Octillery deck. And this Crushing Hammer, yes, more flips. More and more flips. That's what we love, right guys? That's what we always love. All the flipping cards. All of the flipping cards. And Team Fight Pokemon, maybe I'll play Stuffle, just not today, because we're playing the TCG PokeDECKS series. Okay, my opponent used my own Brooklet Hill to get out his Remoraid. We do not have any draw whatsoever. However, we can evolve into our first Rhyperior, which is nice. And yes, we are going for a deck out again. How far am I in the Pokédex? Well, I'm going in order. So from Pokemon number 1, which is Bulbasaur, up to where we are currently at, of Rhydon, Rhyhorn, Rhydon. And then if a Pokemon has a further evolution, I just end up building for the last evolution. So that's why today we're seeing Rhyperior. So this would be episode number 49, I believe, out of a probable 70, 75 or so for Kanto. So, and that Rhydon is Pokemon 112 out of 151 for Kanto. So we still have a long way to go. I might do some cool pairings like I might just do some cool pairings like like Electivire and McMortar or something like that, just because they go well together. And as you can see, we're taking care of a puppy here. And Jeremy, I'm glad you're enjoying this. That's the whole purpose, of course, for your guys' enjoyment. And there's a whole playlist on my channel if you wanna check it out. Unfortunately, it's not my dog, but it's still super cute. Yeah. Her name is Cinnamon, and yeah, there's a whole playlist of this series. Like, you can check out the Venusaur deck, you can check out the Blastoise deck, you can check out Charizard, etc. The playlist is on my channel if you want to check it out. And Dabulu, thank you. The reason I get to play against you guys is because now I'm doing it live. Before, I would just jump into a ladder and have something like an Arbok deck go off against Mega Mewtwo. But yeah, it's more enjoyable to do it this way because you guys use non-meta decks, I use non-meta decks, and so the matchups are more even and they're way more fun that way, I feel. And I know a lot of people want to play against me, so this is like playing towards that, which I feel is cool. And now the top deck Rare Candy is actually pretty cool. My opponent taking it very slow. His hand must be pretty... Ooh, it's a Beedrill deck. Awesome. Ooh, Swarming Sting would have actually been pretty devastating. Okay, let's Abyssal Hand here. Win-win, yes. Before I didn't play against you guys, before I didn't play against viewers, I would just grind the ladder because I would just sit down and record videos. But now because I'm live streaming, I feel like it's more interesting and more fun to play against you guys. Because most of you guys end up using non-meta decks, and that makes it more fun, yeah? Because it's non-meta against non-meta. Canela, no, gracias la compro. Okay. You have to play the game for the game, not for a win, just for a good game. I mean, that's one style, Dabulu. I think it's fair. I'm also super competitive, so I think it's fair to play however you enjoy doing it, and I enjoy being super competitive, and I also enjoy playing these fun, silly decks and playing against you guys. It's definitely really, really cool. Okay, so I feel like Acerola is quite cool here, quite good rather. Yeah, I'm just gonna Acerola here. My Rhydon, I'm playing a 4/4 line here, and my Rhydon are just being very shy. I know this is not my dog. It's actually we're babysitting for the dog. She arrived today. Her name is Cinnamon, but she's just here temporarily, only for the weekend. We're taking care of her. I think I've shown other dogs on stream, and so like depending on the weekend, you might see a different dog here and there, because we babysit dogs. Okay, so my opponent's slowly setting up. Our deck is very slow. Like we're really not cycling Rhyperiors whatsoever here. But yeah, hopefully the Cynthia will get us some Rhydons. Pablo running a business. Okay, Evo Soda. Yeah, we might really need to trap the Octillery, but if Beedrill just starts sniping away at our Rhyhorns, that could prove devastating here. Because there will be a point, ooh, only 17 cards left though. But like, there will be a point where we can't evolve anymore, we can't deck out. It's not like Weezing where you can just deck out every single turn. And there's a Multiply by Kakuna. Okay. There's a Multiply. Okay. My opponent has not taken a single prize card, so Counter Catcher, not that important right now. The N isn't either, although it does make my opponent draw extra cards. And see, I have 4 Rhydon, I just wasn't able to get any of them. These dogs might soon be at the top tables at tournaments. I mean, if they pay attention to the stream, maybe. If they pay attention to the stream, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I played 4 of the middle stage as you guys saw. Okay, there's some Rhydons finally. There are some Rhydons. And all the Rhyperiors as well. All of the Rhyperiors. Okay, so we have at least 6 more cards discarded on the way. As long as the Rhydons survive. Which they might not, actually. If my opponent gets triple Beedrill into play, Swarming Sting does 40 for every Beedrill, and therefore, he could snipe for 120 on a Rhydon. He could snipe for 120 on a Rhydon. So we really would love, once he takes a knockout, we really would love the combination of Counter Catcher plus Field Blower. To promote that Octillery and slow my opponent down a little bit. That would be the plan, at least. We see a Rescue Stretcher, so that's Beedrill number 2. And if my opponent snipes the Octillery, that might be worse than losing 6 cards. Oh, but he ends. Okay, so he himself is drawing extra cards. He's really looking for that extra Beedrill and the energy as well. But yeah, we got a Rhydon, we got a Rhyperior, that's cool. He only gets the grass so far, so that only gets him 1 knockout on the Rhyhorn, which I would be okay with. I would genuinely be okay with that. Then I'll mill 6 cards. He will only have 1 card left after this turn. My opponent will only have 1 card left. It could be good if it wasn't so bad. Yeah, Golitopon and Oranguru and Lucario, yeah. Okay, so evolving here means we discard the top 3 cards, Field Blower, Energy, and Nest Ball. And then we can devolve the Rhyperior and evolve here for another 3-card discard. Beedrill, Sycamore, and N. That N is huge. That N is actually huge. And then I can just Cynthia here. I thought I could devolve and immediately evolve, but I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. And then I can Rescue Stretcher, put back the Rhyhorn, and then use the Nest Ball to bring it back. I do it this way so that ooh, should have played the Devolution Spray on these guys actually. Okay, so 1 card left for my opponent. I don't think, even if we can't mill anymore, I don't think yeah, it seems quite broken. It does seem quite broken. Even with the grass typing, I guess, even with the grass typing. That's triple Beedrill now, so my opponent can knock out this Rhydon, but how does he replenish his deck now? Both Rescue Stretchers are gone. If this was a stage 1, it would be insanely broken. And no, I am not using any energy, Jeremy. I am actually not using any energy whatsoever in this deck. Not using any energy whatsoever. And there's a well played, so all we have to do is just pass here and GG, John. Maybe this deck is super broken for the PokeDECKS series. Yeah, you can't evolve after playing Devolution Spray. I was also not aware of that. Okay, so whoever wants to challenge the Rhyperior deck now, let's go. Kevin, there you go. Your hand was so bad at the start, yeah. And almost everything the deck was for if I'm down in prizes. There you go. Yeah. You really want to try Dustmane against this, see how long your deck lasts. How can you counter milling decks? 1 KOing them is a good strategy, for sure. 1 KOing them is a good strategy for sure. And yeah. Okay, so we have a mulligan. We only have 4, 3, 7 basic Pokemon in this, so I'm not surprised at all by the mulligan, but we are going first, which is nice. And okay, double Rhyhorn, which is awesome. Now, because I'm not running any energy in this, unlike the Weezing deck where we were running 10, we have space for Crushing Hammers and Team Flare Grunt and things like that. So that's why these are in there. Ooh, double Mew, okay. I'm just gonna Cynthia here. Could have tried to set up a Remoraid, but we do have Brooklet. We have 3 Brooklet Hill and 3 Remoraids. So I felt like I was fine there. Now we do have 1 Rhyhorn and 1 Rhydon prized. So that's not good news, because that's a whole evolution line out of commission, simply because I don't run any Gladian. So that could be a bad idea. We see a Bridget, a raw Bridget from the hand. For what? For 3 Soloses, okay, that seems pretty cool. That honestly seems pretty cool. I always love seeing what decks you guys bring. It's always really cool to see. Okay, so I'm gonna Team Flare Grunt the energy off of the Mew. I'm gonna Brooklet Heal for the other Remoraid, and then I'm gonna Ultra Ball. I have no idea. What I forgot even the name of the card. What's the name of the card? I saw it earlier today. Reuniclus. Because we were organizing some of my cards. I have no idea what Reuniclus does. Okay, so I could set up a Rhydon. I feel like it's worth it. Hopefully on the active so that we can protect the Rhyhorn. And Kike, in my opinion, what are the best Zoroark decks right now? I think the best Zoroark deck is definitely Zoroark Lucario, because it has such a big advantage against all other Zoroark decks. After that, or tied with that, maybe Zoroark Lycanroc, because it's so versatile. And then after that, probably Zoroark Gardevoir. I would put Zoroark Elizabeth at the very end. Okay, and there we see an N. So we see a Duosion, double link, 10 plus. So load is on your bench, this attack does 30 more damage. If Duosion is on your bench, this attack does 60 more damage. Okay. And then Mini Link. Okay, so there's this whole, if you have one of each, you're gonna deal a lot of damage. Will that damage be enough though? That's the question. Will that damage actually be enough? We discard 3 cards. There we can see what the Rhiniculus does. Link Fusion, yeah. So if Zolo is on your bench, this attack does 30 more damage. If Duosion is on your bench, this attack does 60 more damage. If Rhiniculus is on your bench, this attack does 90 more damage. So if you have one of each, do you deal 190 damage? Is that it? That would be pretty broken, honestly. That would actually be pretty darn broken. It requires 2 energy though, which is good. It's good that there's no Dimension Valley. These decks remind people why they started playing Pokemon and how amazing the game is. Yeah, it's like, it's definitely been very enjoyable. Oh my gosh, this is such a bad hand. It's definitely been very enjoyable to do this series, and I've never enjoyed it more than when I started playing against you guys. Because now, like, if I play this against Zoroark Elizabeth, I probably would have been destroyed already by now. And like, maybe Rhyperior is unfair to non-meta decks, but it's definitely a lot of fun against, for example, the Leaky deck. Like, that allowed for awesome games, and also the Mega Steelix deck was really fun and things like that. Like, that makes the game definitely a lot more enjoyable. Ooh, okay. All the elixirs, my opponent hit all the elixirs. Without the stress of grinding out games in our regionals or something, indeed. Okay, that did 190 damage, so I was right. If you have one of each, you're just one hit KOing everything. Oh my gosh, that's so broken. I guess this deck will probably beat me. Okay, we do flip heads, which is nice. Can we flip another heads? No. Okay, now we're in a lot of trouble, honestly. Counter Catcher is gonna be our saving grace here, for sure. Okay, we get another heads flip. I'll definitely remove these energy. I should have removed that one. Rhiniculus only costs 1 retreat cost, yikes. Okay, I'll do this, and then I wish I had a Brooklet heal right about now. I feel like I need to shuffle because 1 Rhydon is also priced. So I feel like I need to do that. And then I will Abyssal Hand for 2. And I get the Rhyhorn immediately, awesome. And then I will pass. Really need to start targeting my opponent's deck right now. Energy to retreat. That's when we will Counter Catcher afterwards. Oh no, there's Altar of the Moon, yikes. And there's the Link Fusion. Oh, Altar of the Moon is so annoying. Okay, so do I just sacrifice the Octillery? Because everything gets knocked out in 1 hit. So yeah, 1 hit KO decks deal with this very nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This feels therapeutic, watching a pro player play Rhyperior. Okay. I feel like I don't need to Counter Catcher here, but I feel like I'm gonna have to give up on the Octillery. Oh, maybe that's what I'm missing from this deck. Like, well, I never expected to play against such a 1-hit KO deck. Yeah, I don't want that energy on the Rhiniculus. So the top deck Rare Candy is actually pretty nice. So we're hoping to hit energy here off of this Rhyperior. We hit 1, which is nice. And then we'll Cynthia. Oh boy. Okay, so I can devolve this guy. I feel like I'm gonna have to Ultra for the other Remoraid. And then I can do this, which is cool. And I discard another 3 cards. Ooh, we hit the Supra. That's huge. That is actually huge. And then I can do this to discard these 2. Oh, well, the Team Player Grunt, I probably wanted that. But now I don't mind losing the Octillery that much. Gonna build a hand for 5. Looking for, yeah. My opponent not happy about the super art. Ooh, and this Field Blower is great. The choice band doesn't matter, obviously. And then I'll just burn this nest ball. We have no more basic Pokemon left. We have 1 Crushing Hammer. We have Steam Skull Grunt as well. We have 1 Counter Catcher left. And the Acerolas are actually useless now because my opponent is just one-killing me very, very badly. There's the energy. So how many energy does my opponent run? 1, 2, 3. And there's 8 total so far. I would assume out of 10, maybe? Discards double Rare Candy. Ooh, grabs a Lele. I don't agree with that deck thinning. There's only 1 end discarded so far though. That's pretty big. Okay, so I feel like I'm just gonna have to sacrifice Octillery again. Okay, so I really wanted a Devolution Spray the previous turn. Another energy gone. So the last Counter Catcher might just end up being super, super key here. Oh boy. No Devolution Sprays. No more draw supporters. Even though we play 4 Cynthia and 4 N. We've only played 2 N. So yeah, we get 1 more discard and then that's it. And we are in top deck mode. Get 1 more discard. Oh boy. Yep. Triple. We see a Kuzma discarded, a Choice Band and a Rhyhorn, but it might just be too late, guys. We have no more ways to discard my opponent's top deck. We have no more ways to discard here. Yep. 1 prize card. We need to top deck maybe N and Counter Catcher? Ooh, Counter Catcher. Are we really that lucky? Probably not. I'm sure my opponent has 1 Kuzma left, at least. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yep, energy to retreat. How does Rhyhorn only have 1 retreat ghost? I guess it has very low HP, yeah. I know how much... I don't know how much, how many energy my opponent played, but we couldn't hit enough. You know, we couldn't hit enough, and we did get enough Rhyperior discards, I feel. Okay, so GG, Kevin. Whoever wants to send a challenge next, please feel free to do so. Creepy Grapply, there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we get to go first, which is awesome. Okay. Okay, this hand is decent. We only had 2 mulligans, which is good. And we have the N already. Although I might actually keep the N, depending on what we're up against. Okay, we see a Remoraid. So this gives us no information on what our opponent is playing. And I mean, we are up against non-meta decks, so probably wouldn't know anyways. So I'll do this. I'll set up another Rhyhorn, and I also thin quite a bit, which is nice. We're down to 1 Octillery, and then I'll just end to make sure. Sí, por nada, Kevin. Gracias a ti por el juego. Muchas gracias por el juego. Okay, now we're pretty nicely set up for the next turn. We even have a Crushing Hammer to start attacking energy. Jake, welcome. Okay, we have once again a Rhyhorn prized, a Rhydon as well. So almost mirroring the previous game. just pass here. We can set up Octillery. Acerolas have not been great. Ooh, a Lowland Octillery. So yet again, another one-hit KO deck. Definitely one less broken than Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn was pretty cool. Whenever I get to Rhyhorn, which will be a long, long way from now. Whenever we get there, we shall probably use that Rhyhorn as well. How many more games are you doing, Pablo? Win-win. Depending on how long this one goes. The thing is, I have a coaching session. In 50 minutes, so it all depends on that. Okay, my opponent is actually not gonna be attaching any energy. If he makes a mistake of attacking and not one-hit KOing, then the Acerola is good. But yeah, I really doubt my opponent is gonna be attaching any energy. Lowland Octillery regresó para recordarme que no le he hecho un deck. Coach them on the stream. I wish. Okay. Oh, Team Skull Grunt. I mean, that will let me see my opponent's hand. But I feel like it's better to Cynthia here. I mean, discarding energy doesn't help us against my opponent. He just gets them back with Starmie. Now we reveal Acerola, but we set up another Rhydon, and that's what we're looking for. That is actually what we are looking for. So now it's Cynthia. And okay. We can do this. I mean, setting up the Remoraid helps, because then we can just stretcher back the Octillery. We are running pre-thin, well, not pre-thin, we still have half the deck to go. But yeah, I generally feel like energy removal is just not gonna be relevant in this game. So triple Rhydon on turn 2, is it? And so we could hit 9 cards afterwards. The issue is now any energy we do hit is just completely irrelevant. Energy for Mancoronet attaches and probably retreats. Yeah, another reason why Team Skull Grunt was awful is because of Mancoronet. There's Octillery. Oh, and my opponent only needs 4 energy to knock out Rhydon. He needs Alolan Octillery and Rhydon. The puppy wants attention. She's looking at me like, oh, can you please take me? Oh, she's so cute. How do you win this? Yeah, I mean, it's obviously Rhyperior suffers a lot against one-hit KO decks. Max Potion could have potentially been good in this. How do you feel about international tournaments taking place on PTCGO? Could that ever be a reality? If the game didn't have so many bugs, then yes. The issue is, it seems like every week, every update, there's a new bug. Oh gosh. Oh, my opponent only dealt 90 damage. That's fine. That is actually okay. Okay, so I'm gonna discard his stadiums. Now the Acerolas are starting to look more valuable. Well, the one Acerola, I guess. Ooh, this is a horrible hand. Nest Ball, I'll just get out the other Remoraid. And then I will end here. I do think, like, they would be cool. They already have that for BGC. Ooh, we can get triple discard here. Like, they already have that for BGC. Or they have the online tournaments and they do give out championship points. But for whatever, like PTCGO, I assume that's what they would love to do, but it's just not viable. Because of how faulty PTCGO actually is. Okay, so we're gonna lose this Rhydon, which is not ideal. We did hit a ton of cards that were not energy though. And I guess Rhyperior does have 160 HP, so my opponent does need 6 energy accumulated. What do you think about an Espeon Miraculous Shining Bus Garb, the Max Elixir version, so you have a better Zoroark matchup? I mean, you're playing Fighting type and you're playing Ability Lock. That on its own should be enough against Zoroark. I don't think you need Espeon to make that matchup better. I think you have a problem with a lot of other matchups. So yeah, I don't think an Espeon would actually fix that. Okay, so I feel like I'm gonna have to give up Remoraids here. Counter Catcher is very nice though, to keep bringing up that Octillery. Although we have seen 0 Guzma for my opponent. We're looking for Rhyperior, we're looking for Rescue Stretcher. Okay, Rhyperior is nice. Brooklet Hill is also good, because we can remove that Mount Coronet. And I'm not even gonna use it. I know there's nothing left in my deck. 1 second, guys. And there we see a timer ball. If you play tournaments on PCGO, you got people play for other people. Yeah, there was actually a lot of drama earlier last week. There was a lot of drama earlier last week because there was a VGC tournament, an unofficial VGC tournament, that the winner, like, it had a cost. Ooh, my opponent didn't have a way to retreat. That's good. The tournament didn't have a tails. The tournament had an entry fee, and the prize was all the cash accumulated from the entry fee. So, like, there was generally a lot at stake, and the winner was, like, there were quite a few Italian players playing on the same account. Like, they were helping the main account user to win. So that was a pretty big deal. It definitely ended up not affecting a lot of people, but like it was big news, and that's a problem. It's like tournaments are 1 versus 1, but then you can't control, like, if someone is at their house and they're on Skype with other people just talking and figuring out the best play and whatnot, that could be an issue. Yeah. Yeah, there would be a lot of advantages, Jeremy, but there would also be a lot of disadvantages. I feel like if we had a non-buggy client, it would be possible and they would be doing it. It's just every update, every week there's a new bug, and there's something wrong with the game, with the client. So that's the issue. That's definitely the issue. Okay, so Counter Catcher, once again, gonna be pretty good here. We haven't seen Kuzma, my opponent, so maybe they're all prized. But I'll bring up the Octillery again, and then I'll evolve to discard another 3 cards, one of which was, I think I'm gonna Cynthia here. Well, I got a Abyssal Hand, it's fine. What did I hit that my opponent didn't like? Energy, Doctrinal Timer Ball, meh, I don't see how that's too relevant. I'll evolve this guy. I haven't played a single Rare Candy, so that would have been nice to hit. I'll devolve here, and then I'm gonna Cynthia, because why not? Yeah, there was the Rare Candy, so now we pass. 9 cards left, and we have double Rhyperior potential next turn. Did they fix Fighting Fury Belt yet? As far as I know, no. Yeah, computers can be hacked. Win-win, yes. It's like a service we provide, so they do pay for the babysitting. Love Reno, you almost have a Creepshow Gengar deck build. Okay, so once again my opponent passes, and now we have double removal, and we hit a head flip there. That's pretty huge. gonna remove the top 6 cards. Sycamore, ooh, the Palpad. The Palpad is amazing here. Hitting that Palpad is pretty amazing. And then the next 3 cards were Remoraid, Nestball, and Energy. So how many energy does my opponent run? 10 in the discard pile. And then I feel like I end. The problem is that in some countries there aren't many big tournaments. In Spain, for example, yeah. SP is a special event, which gives the same points as a regional. Gives the same points as a regional, just it doesn't give out the cash. So that makes the tournaments usually smaller. And double cup faded. I feel like they wanted to run CP awarded tournaments online. Yeah, like I could foresee in the future where we all bring tablets to the tournament instead of, or laptops instead of the physical cards, like Hearthstone and stuff. Oh, your Guzmas are all priced. That explains it. Yeah, just pass here. Now we're hoping, like, we might deck before. We might deck before my opponent if he has a way to do something about this. How would they make money if everything was online though? Like, they would just sell code cards. Like Hearthstone, everything is online, and they sell packs. The packs you buy in real life, instead you buy the packs in the online game, and you can only buy packs. Yeah, so that's how they would make money, by selling only digital packs. Okay, my opponent has no cards left in his deck, so we managed the deck out scenario. So GG to Creepy Krebsley. Thank you so much for the game, and I probably have time for one more match, guys, before I start my coaching session. So no friend requests yet. Whoever sends the challenge first will be last person, and Techno Kid. There we go. Okay, Grass Darkness deck. Okay, Grass Darkness deck. Like, they would not only gain money. Yeah, sorry, Creepy. Krebsley. How many Guzmas? You didn't play 4 Guzma, right? You didn't play 4 Guzma. Those were your last 4 prizes, I hope. No, thank you for being around, and thank you for subscribing as well. It really helps out the channel when you guys subscribe. You have never played with the real cards. Okay, this is Hoopa the CGI. Okay. You're waiting to continue playing Shiny Genesect till they fix this Fighting Fury Belt problem. Yeah, fair enough. Ooh, I feel like Team Skull Grunt could be good here. We can go slow with this, but we hit nothing. We hit nothing here. The 10 damage probably won't be relevant for the Hoopa attacks. Okay, this is a pretty decent hand. A top deck Rhyperior would make this insane. Okay, no attachment by our opponent. That's really good. So we're gonna do this, and then all our energy removal will finally come into play in this match. Look at another Rhyhorn out. Field Blower doesn't matter too much. Oh, you had 2. Ah, okay. Fair enough. I feel like a lowland Octillery would probably want 4. The Desi Hoopa list only play 2 energy, 1 super boost and a grass. Really? So, I mean, doesn't super boost only work on stage 2s? Or is it works as long as you have 3 stage 2s? You're trying to grind the game out. Yeah, so once we hit that super boost energy, that should be game. Because we will be able to deck out my opponent with no trouble whatsoever. Nest ball. Imagine if that Steam Cold Grunt would have hit the super boost energy immediately. That would have been really cool. Really lucky, honestly. Really lucky. Okay, so we top deck the Rhyperior, we have the Rare Candy, which is awesome. Yeah, the CGI does do damage. There's one Decidueye gun though. There's one Decidueye gun. I'll play this, why not? And then I'll also play the Brooklet Hill, get the other Rhyhorn. None of our Rhydon family is priced, which is great. And then there's a Rhydon, which is awesome. I do want to discard Hoopa. I probably don't need these two cards. And then I'll set up Octillery, see if I can hit some Devolution Sprays here. With the Abyssal Hand. No, but I do hit a Rhydon, which is cool. And then we pass. The puppy's so cute. Okay, we see a Stretcher. Gonna get back the Decidueye. That's double Decidueye already for my opponent. Kevin, estabas viendo la repetición y sí estaba jugando las 10 energías, ok. En el deck de Reuniclus, ¿no? And you like more playing in real cards, and with a big difference, the problem sometimes is the money. Yeah. Neko, please tell me you got a translator here. What do you mean? Like, if they ask me in Spanish, I respond in Spanish. If they ask me in English, I respond in English. Okay. So the double Decidueye targeting Octillery. Still no sign of the multi-energy thing. So let's Brooklet for another Remoraid, so that once this Octillery down, we can replenish. Oh, no worries, Nego. We're doing both English and Spanish, so that we have something for everyone. Okay, Nest Ball and Crushing Hammer, and yeah, a lot of people say that it helps them practice their Spanish, and other people say it helps them practice their English, so it's a win-win for everyone. I have stopped doing Spanish videos though for now, because they just weren't getting the views to justify doing them. Okay, still 24 cards left to go. Haven't found any Devolution Sprays. Some cards, especially Lele, yeah. But yeah, the structure of most decks is the same, as you say. So once you have those 2 or 3 Leles, that's good enough to carry you for the next probably 2 years before it rotates. So it's like an investment. Double Cup Faded. What do you do if half the question is in English and half is in Spanish? That's a good question. That has not happened yet. I would assume the person asking would be fine with me responding in either language, so I would just improvise and choose whichever language my brain immediately felt like speaking of. Okay, no Devolution Spray, so that's all 4 Rhyperiors in play, and that's it. I respond in French. I know very little French. It would be more likely for me to respond in Portuguese than in French. Yeah, even questions in Portuguese I could understand. And yeah, there we go. Kevin telling us that he did play 10 energies in his Reuniclus deck, so we were close. We were close to figuring to running him out of energy to secure the deck out scenario, but it just didn't happen. Okay, so there's Octillery gone. That means Counter Catcher is now a thing. And yes, Neko, 10 is 10, exactly. Okay, now my opponent is going after the other Remoraid to deny us our ability to draw extra cards. Ooh, Acerola is decent here. Well, is it though? Okay, my opponent's just not attacking my Rhyperiors, right? So I can put these two back, and then I can Nest Ball for the other Remoraid to make sure that we have access to Octillery, and then we shall end. So I really want those Devolution Sprays, but I'm just not gonna find them. Just not gonna find Devolution Spray today. Okay, there's Octillery. There's a Counter Catcher onto the Dartrix, because why not? And then let's Abyssal Hand, and no Devolution Spray. So this is really awkward, honestly. Still 20 cards left to go. Evolutions, thank you. I know the mic was, or the mic was annoying for a couple of videos. I don't know what happened, honestly. I generally don't know what went wrong, because it's not like I changed the settings after every stream. But I'm glad that the sound is good now. I'm really glad that the sound is good. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Okay, so we are closer to decking ourselves out than my opponent is. Sharpblade Quill onto the Octillery. My opponent purposely avoiding knocking out the Rhyperiors. Okay, Teamflare Grunt just to get rid of the energy, and then, oh, I should have used one Abyssal Hand. I assume we have at least 2 Devolution Sprays priced. Otherwise, how are we whiffing them so much? Okay, there's another prize for my opponent. Like, I'm gonna save the Acerolas for Rhyperior. I don't care. Because apparently Devolution Spray is just not gonna happen today. Ooh. Yeah, it may have been a Windows update indeed. I know, okay, so I know what for a fact that the software I use to stream got an upgrade. No, there's a multi-boost thing, so one Rhyperior is now gone. Okay. This is not good news for us. We really need to find an Enhanced Hammer now off of this N, which hopefully we will. Oh, okay. Or we can top deck the Teamflare Grunt. That also works. I do not want to get these guys back. I do want to get these guys back. And then there's only one multi-boost here, and it goes to a lost zone. So now we draw 2 more. Okay. I'm just gonna go for the Rhyhorn here. KDC, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the bits. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. I'm glad. That's a very kind thing of you to say. That's what the channel is for. If your coaching takes place in a couple of minutes, how will you be on time? The coaching will happen in half an hour, and it's online. It's on Skype, so I literally don't have to physically move at all to do it. Okay, now we're in trouble. That Ultra Ball was probably an overextension on my part. Because now I lost Octillery, I don't have any Pokemon draw anymore. That was probably an overextension. Okay. We get another Rhyperior. No, it's not physical coaching. All the coaching I do is online. Okay, 15 cards versus our 13 cards. And we hit Acerola, Grunt, and Max Potion. We're gonna see an Evo Soda. Okay, so we are in a lot of danger here. Well, I guess the CDI is 4-hit KO Rhyperiors, which is fine. And then as long as we don't, or as long as we devolve the, as long as we devolve the non-damaged ones, so we can evolve again, that should be fine. Okay, finally. Okay, let me just make sure I'm not. Yeah, see, that one has Rare Candy. That one has Rare Candy. This one doesn't have Rare Candy. Okay. Okay, so now we pass. Ooh, the Rare Candied the Rare Candied Rhyperiors are actually, or could be an issue. By placing 80 damage at a time, my opponent, oof, I feel like I overextended with that Ultra Wall. Probably should have just end. I feel like I overextended. The issue is we got our Devolution Sprays way too late. That Super Boost energy was crazy, yep. Definitely was. And now it was 60 plus 80. Now it's a 3-hit KO instead of a 4-hit KO. How does online coaching work with all the bugs you were mentioning? Well, it's not like they're not game-breaking bugs. So, for example, the current like most annoying bug, I guess, is definitely the most annoying bug right now would be the Fighting Fury Belt, but it's not relevant to anything in the meta. So for the most part, like, it was annoying. Online coaching was annoying when there was a bug with things like Armor Press, where they wouldn't reduce the damage. But we try our best to make it work. And like, the coaching is more about working on mechanics and working on correcting mistakes, or like optimizing play and or different plays, rather than just playing the matchups. Because practicing matchups, you can do that with anyone else, but optimizing your practice and doing the right things in the right order, checking for win conditions, things like that, that's what makes a huge difference. And Lonely, hello, thank you so much for being here. And okay, I feel like we have definitely lost here. I feel like we have definitely lost. Yep, my opponent's down to 1 prize card. This Rhyperior cannot go anywhere. So unless we top deck Acerola, our last Acerola, we are done here. Oh my gosh, I top decked Acerola. The thing is, I can't bench the Rhyhorn. I can't bench the Rhyhorn because with 4 Decidueyes, it just gets sniped immediately. You're going to your first cup tomorrow. That's pretty cool, Lonely. That's pretty cool. I wish you the best of luck at the cup. Yeah, I feel like that Acerola simply delayed the inevitable. I mean, we probably are playing games during the coaching session, or for most of it. It's just all about like optimizing the practice and optimizing the way the person plays more than anything. Yeah, so it's like correcting mistakes, getting into the mindset of thinking ahead, thinking of different strategies in a certain matchup, but not necessarily about just playing 10 Zoro Pod against Zorak Lycanroc and figuring out the percentages. Because there's only so much you can do in 1 hour. Yeah, there's only so much you can do in 1 hour. We don't have time to play every single matchup, so it's more about that. About perfecting your play. Yeah. And coaching sounds very interesting. Yeah, evolutions, I mean, there's something for everyone. GG Technokid and Lonely Miss, Zoropod or Espin Garb are both good options. And yeah, guys, I definitely don't have time for one more game. I feel like Weezing was better than Rhyperior, because Rhyperior just gets stuck after you stop getting Devolution Sprays, and that's not ideal. So yeah, I actually liked Weezing a lot more in today's theme of decking your opponent out. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Special thanks to people who sent some bits or subscribed. It really helps out as always. And yeah, armor press and attacks that reduce damage are not working properly, I think. Whizzing was so much fun to watch. No, thank you guys. I mean, on the deck list, like the deck list is super simple. It's super budget, has no leylays, no expensive cards. It's really, really simple. So you can use this to play against your friends or in the ladder. I don't know. It definitely was pretty fun to balloon bomb. And Evolutions, thank you for hanging out in the stream. Koopa Desi best deck in the format, maybe. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday. Well, maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll find some time to stream tomorrow, although it's looking unlikely. Joe Bro, you're arriving just as we're leaving, but thank you so much for being here. And yeah, guys, if I don't see you tomorrow, Saturday, there will be videos every day on the channel, or I will just see you guys on Monday, okay? Yeah, sorry, Joe, it's over right now. But Yellow Swallow is streaming, so I'm sure he'll be able to entertain you guys. So thank you so much, and I will see you on Monday. Bye. I see.